Hello, friends. In this video you will see how have the actors of the movie Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 2001, changed. I will tell you about the characters of the film, and also you will see what's now with the cast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Draco Malfoy became a Slytherin student like everyone else in his family. He is a very confident boy and often exalts himself above others due to his family's status. Likes to do mean things. Always walks with perfectly styled hair. He was played by Tom Felton. Fred Weasley, James Phelps, is a third-year student at Hogwarts and is an avid rule breaker. He often likes to play pranks on others and also, like his brother, plays in the Gryffindor team as a beater. Fred is an outgoing guy and loves to explore new things. Crabbe is a student at Hogwarts School and in the same course as his friend Goyle. In case of danger he can panic. Has a slightly overweight build and loves to eat, especially sweets. He is a henchman of Malfoy. The role was performed by Jamie Waylett. Ron Weasley, Rupert Grint, is the youngest of the brothers, who has to wear everything after them, and because of which he is sometimes laughed at, may become panicky and can be intemperate. Has a friendly personality and managed to get along well with Harry. Dudley Dursley is Harry's closest relative. Just like his parents, he is always used to getting what he wants and gets furious when he doesn't get it. Loves to eat and doesn't really care even if the food is not intended for him. He was played by Harry Melling. Professor Snape was the head of the Slytherin house and an expert in potions. Often deprives pupils of points and only treats students of his faculty loyally, for which many dislike him. Played by Alan Rickman, who died in 2016 of pancreatic cancer. Neville Longbottom didn't show any magical abilities until the age of 11, which greatly worried his family. Sometimes he behaves somewhat absent-mindedly and has an average academic performance in subjects. Can show courage. The role was played by Matthew Lewis. Griphook is one of the employees at Gringotts Bank whose job is to take customers to their vaults. It has a short stature inherent in all goblins, pointed ears and long nails. Played by Verne, who died in 2018 from alcohol intoxication. Aunt Petunia Dursley, Fiona Shaw, is Vernon's wife and Dudley's mother. She is an exemplary housewife and a caring mother, sometimes even too caring. She hated her sister because she was a sorceress, considering her crazy, and for the same reason disliked Harry. Madam Hooch, Zoe Wanamaker, is a teacher at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft. She is a first-class flyer and knows the rules of the Quidditch game thoroughly. She has short hair that sticks out slightly to the sides, and she is also the owner of unusual yellow eyes. Ginny Weasley, Bonnie Wright, is the seventh child in the family and the only girl. She is a very polite, good-natured and sweet child, slightly envious of the brothers when they are to go Hogwarts. She has shoulder-length hair and often pins it up with a beret. Professor Quirrell, Voldemort teaches defense against the dark arts at Hogwarts, but he himself often behaves quite cowardly and can faint when threatened. He can be recognized by the turban on his head, which he hardly ever takes off. He was played by Ian Hart. Goblin bank teller, Professor Flitwick, Warwick Davis, works at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He is short and often has to stand on chairs or books in order to see all the students. For correctly performed spells, he always awards points to students. George Weasley has a twin brother, Fred, and they became famous throughout Hogwarts for their antics. He is inseparable from Fred, as they have the same interests and do many things together. Plays Quidditch for the Gryffindor team. Played by Oliver Phelps. Albus Dumbledore is considered the greatest wizard who runs Hogwarts, and is adored by many students. He is very intelligent, exudes wisdom and always keeps calm. Has very long hair and a beard. played by Richard Harris, who died in 2002 of Hodgkin's. Lily Potter is the wife of James and the mother of Harry. She is quite strong and brave sorceress who is not afraid to struggle. She loved her son very much and sacrificed herself to save him, while giving him invisible protection. Played by Geraldine Somerville. Uncle Vernon Dursley is Petunia's spouse. He often punished Harry for any offense, even if he was innocent, and at the same time could lock him up or deprive him of food. Played by Richard Griffiths, who died of complications from heart surgery in 2013. Mr. Lavender has devoted his life to the manufacture of stick and is a master of his craft. Despite the large number of soul stick, he remembers each and thoroughly knows what they consist of. Has piercing light blue eyes. The role was played by John Hurt. Harry Potter is the only one who managed to defeat the Dark Lord, for which he became known throughout the magical world. He is a kind and quick-witted boy, for whom status doesn't matter, but most importantly, sincerity and friendship. Played by Daniel Radcliffe. Mrs. Weasley prefers to work at home, and the family is of great importance to her. She treats her children with great love and, if she's wrong, she always apologizes. She has a good heart and is not devoid of compassion. The role was performed by Julie Walters. Goyle, Josh Herdman, is a good friend of Crabbe, with whom he is a first-year Slytherin student. He follows Malfoy everywhere and often laughs stupidly at his antics. Knowledge is difficult for him and he is more accustomed to act by force than by the mind. Percy Weasley is a Gryffindor student like all his brothers. He is a diligent disciple who, unlike Fred and George, always honors the rules, never breaking them, respected among teachers, and often performs some of their instructions. Played by Chris Rankin. Dean Thomas, Elfredinak, is a freshman who entered the Gryffindor faculty along with Harry. And also he grew up among the Muggles. He is friendly, a little curious, and always genuinely rejoices in the success of comrades. He is the tallest among his friends. Seamus Finnigan, Devon Murray, is a first-year student with Harry and Ron and shares a bedroom with them. He likes to experiment and try different spells, but they don't always work out and often end in an explosion because of what his hair and eyebrows suffer. Nearly Headless Nick is a resident of Hogwarts and one of his famous ghosts. Tied to Gryffindor, he prefers to be called Sir Nicholas and is very eager to participate in the hunt for the Headless. Is a good-natured ghost. The role was played by John Cleese. Mr. Filch works at Hogwarts as an ordinary caretaker and doesn't have any magical abilities. Although he was born in a family of wizards, he doesn't like students and dreams of bringing back harsher punishments for them again. He was played by David Bradley. Lee Jordan is a Gryffindor and a good friend of the Weasley twins, with whom he often participates in various adventures. He also acts as a commentator at Quidditch matches, and can speak emotionally about the course of the game. He was played by Luke Youngblood. Oliver Wood is a fifth-year student at Hogwarts. His main and serious hobby is playing Quidditch, and he even leads the team of his faculty, able to develop game strategies and take into account past mistakes in the game. The role was performed by Sean Biggerstaff. The Grey Lady, like other ghosts of the castle, is a permanent resident of the Hogwarts School. She's a sophisticated young girl who is dressed in a beautiful dress, and her hair is assembled in a hairstyle with braids. Who has a good manners. Played by Nina Young. Susan Bones was admitted to Hogwarts the same year as Harry Potter. Like everyone else, she was worried before being assigned to faculties and was very glad to enter. Has a rich red hair and hazel eyes, able to listen carefully. She was played by Eleanor Columbus. James Potter is Harry's father and Lily's beloved. He is a brave man and endowed his son with many traits, which are manifested both in character and outwardly. Greatly appreciated. friendship, family and was ready for self-sacrifice. Played by Adrian Rollins. Dimpled woman on train operates on the London Hogwarts route and mainly delivers by wagons a cart with sweets from the wizarding world. She herself is a very polite and good-natured sorceress. Wears a ring on her left hand. The role was played by Jean Southern. The Bloody Baron, Terence Baylor, is a ghost of the Hogwarts school and belongs to the Slytherin faculty, where he spends most of his time. During his lifetime, he skillfully wielded a sword, and being a ghost likes to frighten students by brandishing it. Hagrid works at Hogwarts and holds the position of Keeper of Keys and Gardens. Makes an intimidating impression, as he is very tall and has somewhat shaggy hair and a beard. Differs good-natured nature and devotion to Dumbledore. He was played by Robbie Coltrane. Fat Lady is featured in one of the living portraits at Hogwarts and was placed at the entrance to Gryffindor Tower. Her main duty is not to open the door to strangers and to demand a password from incoming students. The role was performed by Elizabeth Spriggs. Hermione Granger, Emma Watson, wants to be the best among the other students and often cannot restrain herself from demonstrating her knowledge. I found this photo on the internet and added it to my video for your knowing that's a Photoshop. Emma has become a very nice girl. Professor McGonagall teaches Transfiguration at Hogwarts and is also head of Gryffindor House. She is a strict teacher who doesn't like when being late for her classes and breaking the rules. Loves Quidditch and can turn into a cat. She was played by Maggie Smith. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share it on social networks, like it and, of course, subscribe to the channel.